couple of months ago, we took a look at some of the reasons you should get an iPhone. Now, if you haven't checked that video out already, please make sure you do after this video. And today we're going to be taking a look at the other end of the spectrum. What are some of the reasons you should get an Android phone in 2020? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Hey there tech heads, welcome back to the channel. Now if this is your first time here and you enjoy straight to the point tech content, please make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications as it goes a long way in helping the growth of the channel. Also ensure to like the video if you do enjoy it and share it with your friends as well. Now with all that said, let's get straight into the video. Now, the first reason I would advise someone to get an Android device in 2020 is the customizability. I know this is a term that's been thrown around so often here and there, but it doesn't detract from the fact that it's actually true. Now, iOS 14 is bringing in some features like widgets and an app library that makes it more customizable, but it's still not on the level of Android. Now, Android devices can be customized to the most basic level. You can change your icons, you can change your launcher, you can basically change everything about the device through some third-party and even maybe some first-party applications such as Samsung themes and the Galaxy Store. My friends Delpy and Waz have a couple of videos on how to customize your Android device using a lot of third-party apps if you're interested in that. So I'm gonna leave that in the iCard below. So please make sure to check it out if you actually want to learn how to customize your Android device. Now, another sphere in which I feel Android phones are more dominant is when it comes to the design. Now, you get a wide variety of different designs from different manufacturers on the Android side of things. You get designs like the Huawei Mate 30 Pro with the curved display on the sides and on the top and on the bottom. You get designs like the Galaxy Note 10 Plus with the Aura Glow finish at the back, this beautiful gradient finish. You get designs like the OnePlus 7 Pro with the pop-up camera that gives you a full uninterrupted display in the front of the phone. Designs like the Oppo Find X, also with the same mechanism. You get so many different designs from the Android side of things. Like whatever suits your taste, whatever floats your boat, you can find almost any specification for design on the Android side of things. And I'm not taking away the fact that Apple devices have very beautiful designs as well. iPhones are very well designed, but the design tends to lose its wow factor after the first time or the first two times you see it. The iPhone 10, for example, it came out with this, very thin bezel designs and the notch to house Face ID and all of that. It was impressive when we first saw it. But then we saw it on the iPhone XS, we saw it on the iPhone XS Max, the 11, the 11 Pro, and so on and so forth. I mean, it's fine. Like, so, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But there's a lack of variety there. You don't really have much choice when it comes to the design of your phone on the iOS side of things. So when it comes to a variety of designs, you can't beat the Android devices. Now, the third reason I would advise someone to get an Android device is because it has fewer restrictions than iOS when it comes to a couple of things actually. One of which I know is when it comes to downloading files from the internet, maybe downloading some PDFs or maybe even some music from the internet. I'm not sure if iOS has loosened up a bit on its restrictions on these things, but based on what I know, it's borderline impossible to do all of these things on iOS. Wow. Meanwhile, on Android, all you have to do is go to the site you want to download your files or your music from, press the download button, and it's on your phone. You can even download third-party APKs if you want to. For example, maybe there's an application that is paid for on the Google Play Store. You can go to a website like Mod Android or APK Mirror or so on and find that same application, download it and install it on your phone, and you've got it there for free.
He shock you.
And yeah, it's just a lot less restricted than iOS. And let's not confuse the restriction for a lack of security. the default settings in Android is not to, it doesn't allow you to install applications from unknown sources. So this is what you're gonna have to enable this by yourself. And it's basically like, are you sure? You have to install from trusted sources. So it's not like it's a security flaw or anything. Nevertheless, iOS is still more secure than Android. But if you want to have an easier time with downloading things with less restriction, then Android is the way to go. Now, the next reason I would advise someone to get an Android device is because of all the cutting edge technology that we find in Android devices. Now, I'm not saying we don't find cutting edge technology in iPhones, because I mean, they originated Face ID and even revolutionized Touch ID, but they tend to get the features like much slower than Android devices do. So we get features like in-display fingerprint scanners, astrophotography, a stylus. We get super fast charging at 60 watts or 65 watts. We get reverse wireless charging. We get 120 hertz refresh rate displays, and so many other features that we can only find on Android devices right now. I'm not sure if iOS devices are going to get them in the near or distant future, but right now, if these are things that sound enticing to you, you would want to go with an Android device as well. All right, now the fifth reason I would recommend someone to get an Android device in 2020 is the price. Not sure if you've seen my classification of Android smartphones, or of smartphones rather, for 2020. We have our super duper ultra kamehameha flagships. We have kidneys as well. So there are a lot of expensive Android devices out there. But at the same time, there are a lot of very cheap Android smartphones out there. And I know Apple is reaching out into the sub $500 category with the iPhone SE, which is actually good value for money. But in some countries, in some places, for example, in my country, $400 is still quite a lot for people to spend on smartphones. And they're still looking for something a bit more affordable. And if you're looking at the $150 to $200, or maybe $100 to $200 price range, you can find quite a number of great value for money Android smartphones. We have the Xiaomi Redmi Note 9, the Redmi Note 9, Redmi Note 8, Redmi Note 8 Pro. We have the Huawei Y7, Huawei Nova series. We have Samsung Galaxy A21s, the Samsung Galaxy A31, the Samsung Galaxy M31. So many Android devices that will give you a great value for the price. And yeah, there are some companies out there though that they're gonna give you nonsense for the price, because I mean, sub $300 is kind of a tight budget to work with. But like I mentioned earlier, a lot of companies still offer you great value. There are still some companies out there which my friends like Michael, Izzy, Coinsola, all of them, Delpy, they all know this company I'm referring to, where they offer you micro USB in 2020, offer you MediaTek Helio P22, like the TFT displays, 720p. I'm like, really?
Really, nigga?
So yeah, you just have to be careful with what company you're gonna get your device from. You need to do a bit of research when it comes to getting a super budget device. And but still, that notwithstanding, when it comes to the price, especially lower prices, Android devices still remain undefeated. So those are my 5 reasons why you should get an Android device in 2020. Please make sure to go back and watch my reasons why you should get an iPhone, and compare the points. Which one seemed to be more reasonable to you? Let me know if everything I said was just a pile of hot garbage in the comment section down below. Let me know what team you are, team Android or team iOS, and why. Yeah, so just try to let's interact, let's talk about this in the comment section down below. Once again, if you haven't subscribed, turned on post notifications already, please make sure you do that, as it goes a long way in helping the channel. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and share with your friends. Also follow me on social media for updates about everything going on with me and with the channel. And yeah, please make sure to check out my previous videos as well. They will be floating, beside me as they usually do. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.